Book of Heaven, Volume 31, December 21st, 1932. Exchange of gifts of wills between God and the soul. Continuous rebirth in the divine life. Bond of marriage, feast of all. How the divine will keeps the creature under siege. I feel like a little girl in the arms of the divine will. Oh, how true it seems to me that I am the little newborn, such that, while I am about to be born, by another of its acts of divine will that pours upon me, or another of its knowledges that it manifests to me, I am reborn again in that act and in that knowledge as though to a new life in its divine will, which before then I did not have in my power, nor did I even know it. And in the act of receiving it, I feel reborn again. But while I am being reborn, it gives me yet another of its acts. It invests me with another of its knowledges, and I am always in act of being reborn. Oh, power of the supreme fiat! You can never leave the creature. Even more, it seems to me that you put me into the maze of your immense light, in act of giving me always new life, and I feel the need to receive from you your continuous life, and therefore remain lost in you. But happy loss, because it is not a loss, but a conquest of new divine life that the creature makes. But while my mind was wandering in the divine fiat, my celestial teacher, visiting his little newborn, all goodness told me,
"My little daughter, my love is so great that I am always in act of giving the gift of my will in all the acts that the creature does, in order to receive the gift of her own. I am the first to give her the gift of mine, and I remain on the lookout to see when the creature is about to do an act, so as to give her the gift of my will in her act, so that, in view of the great gift that I give her, she may give me the little gift of her will. Now, with this gift of mine, my will that I keep giving in all the acts of the creature, she receives a new act of divine life, and I make her reborn in that new act that I give her, and she feels the new divine life that she acquires. And as she is about to be formed in that divine life, I do not wait, but immediately I give her again the gift of my will. And so I keep alternating the life of the creature, by giving my gift and by wanting to receive her own, that she may feel the growth and the continuous rebirth of her life in the divine life. Now, this gift that I give her is so great that as I am about to give it, the heavens are stupefied and reverent. They lower themselves to adore a gift so great, and they extol their Creator for such great liberality. And they all come to attention to be spectators of how this gift unfolds in the act of the creature. And when they see the new rebirth that she has in the divine life, they tremble in seeing the great portent, her being reborn to new divine life for as many times as she is given this gift of my will. And oh, how they thank me for such great goodness of mine, because all feel happier in seeing this gift of my will operating in the act of the creature. It can be said that in this exchange of wills, in these reciprocal gifts on both sides, a marriage takes place between the soul and God. A repeated marriage, always new. And when there is a marriage, all make feast to the new spouses and sing the praises of their Creator, because with this gift of my fiat, it is not just the gift that I give, but together with the gift I give my life, which forms the bond of inseparability, in which lies the substance of the true marriage between the human and the divine. And oh, the highest ingratitude of one who does not receive the gift of my will in her act, especially in seeing my cares that I want to give it. I plead, I supplicate, for them to receive it, and many times I industriate myself in order to procure new incidents, unexpected circumstances, so as to have new occasions to be able to give more often my gift of the fiat. And when I see that they do not accept it, I feel my industries of love changed into sorrow, and I could say that the heavens cry together with me, because when this gift of my will acts in the act of the creature, the heavens are engaged together with it, and all feel either the feast if it is accepted, or the sorrow if it is rejected. Therefore, be attentive. I want nothing other, In your little acts, in everything you do, if you pray, if you suffer, if you work, in everything, then the continuous exchange, you're taking the gift of my will and giving me your own. Oh, how happy you will make me! I will be all eyes over your act, that it may have all the requisites of an act worthy of my divine will.
Then I was feeling all invested with divine volition. I felt it palpitating in my little soul. Its celestial and balsamic air formed heaven in me, and I experienced the happiness of up there. Or rather, I felt happier than the celestial citizens, because they do not have a gift of act of divine will as conquest, as new rebirth in God, but have the gift of it only for being happy and beatified, but not as conquest. I, on the other hand, can make new conquests and can enclose in my act a divine will operating. But while my mind was making nonsense, sweet Jesus, surprising me, added,
Blessed daughter, I want to tell you the reason why I want the creature to receive the gift of my will in all her acts, and to give me her own, time after time. Because if in one act there is this exchange, and in another act there isn't, in the act where there is no exchange, a void is formed in the soul, and this void is filled with miseries, with weaknesses, with passions. With this, the divine life remains broken, and as though detached within her. Therefore, the true rebirths cannot take place, because the nourishment, the raw material of the continuous act of my fiat that forms these new rebirths in God would be missing. More so, since it alone possesses and forms the continuous act. Therefore, without its continuous act, it is impossible to receive such great gifts and goods as to astonish heaven and earth.
On hearing this, I said, Tell me, my love, why do you care so much about wanting the will of the creature and wanting to give your own? And Jesus,
Do you want to know why? Because by taking her will I place the creature in safety, and by giving her my own, I take her from all sides, and I place my life in safety within her. And since there is not one thing or person with which my divine will does not have its bonds of dominion and of preservation, I feel the fortunate creature together with me in everything and in everyone. And then can I say with facts, not with words, what is mine is yours. I have done everything for you. With this, my purpose is realized. My work, created with so much love, which is the creature, no longer worries me, nor is there any danger anymore, because my divine will keeps her under siege within its immense boundaries. So there is nothing left but to enjoy her and to make each other happy, with a happiness never interrupted on both sides. This is why, until I see the creature endowed with the gift of my fiat, I give myself no peace. I am constantly on guard, because I know that her will can betray her and me. Therefore I have to use stratagems, loving industries. I have to work constantly. For me there is no rest. But when her will is in my power and mine in her power, I rest over her fortune. There is no more danger. And if I want the continuous exchange between me and her, it is so as to have the occasion to interact, to speak, and sweetly spend time together in conversation. And since I want to always give her of my own, I use the pretext of wanting hers in exchange, in order to give her my will again. But hers was already mine, and mine was already hers. Only by giving it again, I increase new divine life and more surprising graces. Therefore, always in my will do I want you, and in this way we will be safe, you to be always with me, and I with you.
Fiat.